Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There is no force on this earth stronger than the heart of a woman. A woman's heart is where love begins, where strength is nurtured, and where resilience is born. You want to know the true definition of power? Look at a woman who has been through the fire and still finds a way to keep going. See, God put something special inside every woman, the ability to love unconditionally, to heal wounds without even touching them, and to carry the weight of the world with grace. A woman's heart isn't just a muscle that beats in her chest. It's a force, a fire, and a foundation. It's what keeps families together. It's what makes a house a home. It's what holds people up when they feel like they can't stand anymore. A woman's love ain't ordinary. It's deep, it's pure, and it don't come with conditions. A mother loves her child before she even sees him. She carries that baby in her womb for 9 months, but the truth is, she carries that child in her heart for a lifetime. That's a love that don't fade, don't change, don't break. A mother will give her last bite of food, her last dollar, her last breath for her child. That kind of love is something you can't buy, you can't fake, and you can't replace. And it's not just in motherhood. A wife will pray for her husband even when he don't deserve it. She will stand by his side when he's got nothing, build him up when the world tries to tear him down, and believe in him when he don't even believe in himself. That's the strength of a woman's heart. When a woman loves, she don't love halfway. She gives everything. She pours into the people she loves, sometimes until there ain't nothing left for herself. A sister stands by you even when the world turns against you. She fights for you, protects you, and lifts you up. A grandmother, an aunt, a best friend. These are the women who shape our lives with the strength of their love. A woman will take care of everybody around her before she even thinks about herself. She'll wake up early, stay up late, and make sure everybody's good, even if she's running on empty. She loves without limits. Now, some people mistake that love for weakness. They think just because a woman loves deeply, she can be walked over. Let me tell you something. There's nothing weak about love. Love is the strongest force in this world. It takes strength to love somebody through their worst moments. It takes strength to forgive, to have patience, to keep believing in someone when everybody else has given up on them. A woman's love is what makes a man become more than he ever thought he could be. Behind every successful man, you better believe there was a woman who encouraged him, prayed for him, and stood by him. When the world told him he couldn't do it, she was the one whispering, "I believe in you." She saw the potential in him before he ever saw in himself. That's what a woman's heart does. It sees beyond what is, it sees what can be. But here's the thing. Just because a woman loves hard, don't mean she don't have her limits. You can't take that kind of love for granted. A woman will give and give and give, but if you push her too far, if you take too much, one day she's going to wake up and decide she's done. And when a woman is done, she's done. She don't make a lot of noise about it. She don't cause a big scene. She just walks away with all that love she was giving, and you'll feel the loss of it real quick. Because let me tell you something. When a woman loves you, you feel like you can take on the world. But when she stops, you feel like the world just collapsed on you. That's how powerful a woman's heart is. That's why when you have a good woman in your life, you better cherish her, appreciate her, respect her, because that kind of love is rare. That kind of heart is a blessing. Now, I want you to think about the women in your life. Your mother, your wife, your sister, your grandmother, your best friend. Think about the ways they have loved you, sacrificed for you, believed in you. Think about the times they have lifted you up, even when they were struggling themselves. That's the strength of a woman's heart. It don't ask for much. It don't keep score. It just loves. And if you're a woman sitting here today, let me remind you of something. You are powerful. Your heart, your love, your kindness is what makes the world go round. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like your love is a weakness. It's your greatest strength. And the right people will see that, honor that, and appreciate that. A woman's heart is the foundation of everything good in this world. It's what holds families together, what builds communities, what changes lives. It's what turns a house into a home, a stranger into a friend, and a dream into a reality. And when a woman loves, she don't just change one life, she changes generations. That's the power of a woman's heart. Women know pain, they know struggle, They know what it means to carry burdens they never asked for, to walk through storms they didn't create, to face challenges that seem impossible to overcome, and yet they do. They push forward, they rise, they fight, and they keep going when most would have given up. That is the strength of a woman's heart. A woman knows heartbreak like an old friend. She has cried tears nobody saw, carried weights nobody understood, and endured moments of loneliness that would break a weaker spirit. But a woman doesn't just feel pain, she transforms it. She takes betrayal and turns it into wisdom. She takes loss and turns it into resilience. She takes suffering and turns it into strength. A woman will walk through fire and come out on the other side stronger than before. She doesn't break, she bends. She doesn't crumble, she rebuilds. Life will throw everything it has at her, and she will take it, absorb it, process it, and turn it into something greater. That's what makes women different. They don't just survive pain, they learn from it, they grow from it, they use it to become something even more powerful. A woman knows what it feels like to be taken for granted, to give everything she has and receive little in return, to love people who don't always love her back the way she deserves, to stand in the background while others shine, even though she is the one who made the success possible. But she doesn't complain. She doesn't seek validation. She just keeps going. She just keeps giving. She just keeps loving, because that's who she is. There are women who have been hurt so deeply that most people would have lost all hope. Women who have been abandoned, betrayed, and left to pick up the pieces of a life they thought was secure. And yet these same women wake up every morning, put their feet on the ground, and choose to keep moving forward. That is strength. That is courage. That is the power of a woman's heart. She may have been knocked down, but she didn't stay down. She may have been broken, but she put herself back together. And when she did, she became stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever. A woman's strength is not in how much she can carry, but in how she carries it. She doesn't just endure pain, she finds a way to turn it into purpose. She takes every scar, every tear, every disappointment, and she uses it to fuel a journey forward. She understands that pain is not the end of her story. It is just another chapter, and she refuses to let it define her. Instead, she lets it refine her. She lets it shape her into the woman she was always meant to be. Some people mistake a woman's kindness for weakness. They think because she forgives, because she loves deeply, because she gives second chances, that she can be walked over. But they don't understand the depth of her strength. They don't realize that it takes more strength to forgive than to hold a grudge. It takes more courage to love after being hurt than to close off your heart. It takes more power to keep going after heartbreak than to give up. A woman is not weak just because she chooses love over hate, kindness over bitterness, or grace over revenge. That is the truest form of strength. A woman has the ability to take the most painful moments of her life and turn them into lessons, into wisdom, into stories that inspire others. She doesn't just heal herself, she heals those around her. A mother who has been hurt will teach her children to be strong. A woman who has suffered will use her pain to comfort someone else. A woman who has been through the darkest valleys will hold the hand of another woman going through the same thing and tell her, "You are not alone." That is power. That is resilience. That is the strength of a woman's heart. When a woman has been through the fire, she doesn't come out the same. She comes out transformed. She comes out with a fire in her eyes and a wisdom in her soul that cannot be shaken. She understands now what she didn't before, that she is stronger than she ever knew, that she is capable of more than she ever imagined, and that nothing, absolutely nothing, can break her if she refuses to be broke. She realizes that she is the author of her own story, and she will not let pain write the ending. Women don't just endure pain, they turn it into something beautiful. They take heartbreak and turn it into poetry. They take loss and turn it into motivation. They take suffering and turn it into art, into music, into movements that change the world. Some of the strongest women you will ever meet are the ones who have suffered the most. Not because they wanted to, not because they deserved it, but because they had no choice but to be strong. They had no choice but to keep going. And in doing so, they became unbreakable. A woman's heart is like the ocean, deep, vast, full of mystery and strength. It has known storms, it has faced waves that threaten to drown it, and yet it remains. It is both soft and fierce, gentle and wild, forgiving and unyielding. You cannot contain the heart of a woman. You cannot measure its strength. You cannot break it, no matter how hard life tries, because a woman will always rise. She will always find a way. She will always come back stronger. There is something sacred about the way a woman overcomes. She does not just move on, she grows. She does not just let go, she learns. She does not just heal, she transforms. And when she stands up after everything that tried to break her, she does not just stand for herself. She stands for every woman who has ever felt like she was not enough. She stands for every woman who has ever cried herself to sleep. She stands for every woman who has ever doubted her worth. She stands not just as a survivor, but as a warrior. A woman's heart is a force unlike any other. It is the quiet strength that holds families together, the silent courage that pushes through pain, the unseen power that turns suffering into greatness. When a woman has been through pain, she does not come out weak. She comes out wiser. She does not come out bitter. She comes out better. She does not come out defeated. She comes out victorious. No matter what a woman faces, no matter how hard life tries to bring her down, she will always rise. She will always find a way to keep going. She will always take her pain and turn it into something greater. Because that is what women do. That is what they have always done. That is what they will always do. A woman's heart is a masterpiece of creation. It is not just an organ that pumps blood. It is a source of life, love, and inspiration. It is a place where dreams are nurtured, where faith is built, where hope is sustained. A woman does not just exist, she creates, she shapes, she breathes life into everything around her. She has a power to take what is broken and make it whole again, to take what is empty and fill it with purpose. The strength of a woman's heart is not just in her ability to endure, but in her ability to transform. A woman has the power to change lives just by believing in someone. She sees things that others don't see. She sees potential in people before they even recognize it in themselves. She sees greatness in a child, strength in a man, and possibility in a situation that looks hopeless. That's why women are the foundation of families, the backbone of society, the ones who hold things together even when everything seems to be falling apart. A woman doesn't just support, she builds. She doesn't just encourage, she uplifts. She doesn't just believe, she inspires belief in others. A woman can take a broken dream and breathe life into it. She can take a lost soul and guide them back to themselves. She could take a struggling man and turn him into a king, not because she forces him to change, but because she sees a king in him even when no one else does. That's why behind every great man, there is often a woman who saw his greatness before the world did. She was the one who prayed for him, encouraged him, supported him when he had nothing. She was the one who reminded him of who he was when he forgot. That's the power of a woman's heart. It doesn't just accept what is, it sees what can be. It speaks life into others. It nurtures growth. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. A woman's influence is quiet but powerful. She doesn't need to be the loudest voice in the room to make an impact. She leads with grace, with wisdom, with love. A mother, for example, shapes the future without ever standing on a stage or holding a microphone. She teaches her children, guides them, molds their character. The lessons she instills in them will carry on for generations. The way she loves, the way she sacrifices, the way she believes in them, it all creates a ripple effect that lasts long after she is gone. A woman's heart is a sanctuary. It is a place where people come for refuge, for comfort, for healing. When a child is hurting, they run to their mother. When a man is struggling, he turns to the woman who loves him. When a friend is lost, she seeks the advice of a woman she trusts. There is something about the way a woman loves that makes people feel safe, understood, valued. Her heart is a home, a place of warmth and acceptance. And yet, for all her strength, all her giving, all her nurturing, a woman's heart is often the most underappreciated. People take her love for granted, assume she will always be there, expect her to always be strong. They don't always see the sacrifices she makes, the burdens she carries, the silent battles she fights. They don't always realize how much she gives until she stops giving. And when that happens, when a woman finally decides she has given enough, the absence of her love is felt in ways words cannot describe. A woman's heart is the foundation of every home, every community, every nation. It is the silent force behind the greatest achievements, the unseen hand that holds everything together. When a woman loves, She doesn't just change one life, she changes generations. The way she loves her children teaches them how to love others. The way she supports her partner gives him the confidence to succeed. The way she uplifts her friends strengthens their spirits. Her love is not just felt in the moment, it echoes through time. A woman's heart creates, inspires, and transforms because it is built on faith. She believes even when there is no reason to believe. She hopes even when the situation looks hopeless. She loves even when she has been hurt. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith changes lives. That kind of faith builds empires. Women are the silent architects of the world. They build homes, families, legacies. They teach, they heal, they inspire, they give of themselves in ways that can never fully be repaid. And yet they don't ask for recognition. They don't seek praise. They simply love because that's who they are. Their hearts are wired to give, to nurture, to create. A woman's love is a gift. Her presence is a blessing. Her heart is a force that cannot be measured. And when she loves, she doesn't just leave an impression, she leaves a legacy.